So they got all of this garbage on TV, these reality shows for us to watch, okay? They're dumbing us down with social media as well too. And then they're also making sure men are not going to be masculine. So in the past, there used to be revolutions that used to take place. Men would stand up and say, fuck this government or fuck this kingdom. We're going to overthrow shit. We don't like the way you're treating us. We're not. Now that ain't going to happen anymore. Because that's toxic. Control. Yeah, and they've tested us by having lockdowns. Do you know that Ontario had the longest lockdowns out of any place in the world?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For no reason. They just lock us down. We're like, okay.
Yeah.
So on Friday, like, you know what? We don't know if the schools will be open on Monday, but we're going to let you know very soon. And they tell you at midnight on Sunday. No, the schools won't be open. So parents are scrambling to find babysitters, and the government got away with it. No one even questioned them. Go back inside, lock your door, shut your business down. Okay, sir, okay, fuck you. Like, how long are you going to keep me in prison for?
Yeah.
You know? And then what they did after is they put everyone in debt. So now they know they can control us. So I'm just saying that with the way that things are going, as human beings, we need to speak up and say, okay, there's a line. Like, I'm sorry, your child cannot shit in a litter. In an elementary school, he isn't a fucking dog.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is, because they're going to get offended. Well, her son is now a boy. Sorry, her son is now a girl. You accepted that. Why can't my son be a dog? That's discrimination.
At least they're still a human.
Yeah, like there's a bit of a difference there.
But that's the way you feel. But if this person loves dogs so much that they feel that they're a dog, they feel that their feelings matter as well.
But I don't think a trans guy is going to be a girl because he likes being girls.
So you think a 7-year-old or an 8-year-old boy?
No, children, absolutely not. Like, I think we can all agree that you need to have some, like, level of life experience to make that choice.
Yeah, I'm talking about elementary schools here, like with the litter, and a boy can be, if he says he's a girl, then they're going to treat him like a girl and give him a girl's name in the school. So the Canadian government has said, if a child is like in kindergarten or grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, if the boy comes to school and let's say his name is Luke and he wants to be a girl, the school will change his name in the school, call him Lucy, give him different clothes to wear, and they will not tell the parents. That's the law in Canada. And if a parent interferes with Luke becoming Lucy, the parent will get arrested and the child will be taken away. That's Canadian law. I'm not making this shit up.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, that's
too far.
But that's the law in Canada.
This is why I'm going to move to Europe.
Yeah. Great point. That's a lot of people are saying they're moving back to Russia or to their home country because this shit's scary, man.
My children are not growing up here.
Canada's becoming a dictatorship, and it's scary.
It really, and it's also that you're not even, it's happening so fast that you can't even like do any research or feel things out. Like,
it's hard to see it.
Yeah, and everything is all based on feelings. Like, I'll give you an example, okay, when it comes to feelings. You could be standing in line at Tim Hortons or Starbucks, and the person in front of you is taking forever to place their order. And they're like, oh fuck man, I'm gonna be late. What the hell's going on? And you think that person is actually doing it to piss you off or to make you late. No. He doesn't even know you. He's just indecisive when it comes to ordering donuts. Or you could be driving your car and someone cuts you off. And you're like, fuck you, and you want to cut him off and slam on your brakes because you think he cut you off on purpose. Meanwhile, that guy could be on the way to the hospital to see his mother, or he dropped his phone. He doesn't even know you. He didn't even cut you off. But you feel offended that he did it purposely. But your feelings aren't reality, because that's not really what happened, right? So that's the same thing with this. You might feel, whatever, my son plays with dolls, and he's 6 years old, and he was okay with me painting his nails, that he's a girl now. No, like, wait until he gets to a level where intellectually he can actually think for himself, and then make the right decision. Yeah. Otherwise, like, you're messing that child up, so... was there anything else that we wanted to touch on?
Well, I was just going to state that Canada is actually in the top 3 for the most progressive when it comes to the transgender movements, meaning like the most supportive. We're one of the top 3 countries.
I don't know why that is though. Like, what the fuck is going on? Is it like, I think Justin Trudeau's gay?
I don't know what it is. I think that's why his wife left him. I truly do. I think it was because
I think she saw him being bent over, taken in the ass.
No, I think he was like, oh, I'm going to do another term. And she's like, I'm not going through another 4 years of that bullshit. I'm out of here. If you want to be whatever you want to be, I'm leaving. Like,
no, but I think she obviously as he knew that I think
Oh,
he's,
of
yeah,
course.
because
I agree.
the way that he's behaving, and when it comes to politics, a first lady will never leave. It's so rare that a woman will leave her husband when he's president or prime minister.
Yeah.
Because they know it's going to fuck up his chances of winning the next time around. And they also have it really good. Everything's chauffeured. They're flying in private jets. They're not going to do that. Even though they hate the person, like Melania Trump hates Donald Trump.
Yeah.
They haven't slept together. I forgot the number. It's something like 10 years or she won't even sleep with him, right? But she's still with him. So for this woman, what's her name again?
Sophie?
Sophie, yeah. For her to leave him while he's prime minister, she must have caught him doing some, like the dirty, like
He was compromised.
100%. There's no other way, because prior to this government, we were not this progressive.
No.
Like, things did not go in this direction,
A lot has changed.
I wanted to kind of just touch a little bit on, so I know Lola and Natalie, both of you work like in the, would you call it the medical?
Healthcare.
Healthcare.
Healthcare,
probably,
right?
Yeah.
So, since COVID, is there like a shortage? Do you guys find in your workplace that people are complaining about there's a shortage of staff, there's a shortage of
Yeah.
equipment, they're not, getting things done when they say they were supposed to, they're not meeting all the deadlines
Yeah.
properly? Do you feel that?
100%. And I think a lot of these issues existed before. I can only say so much because I only worked after COVID.
Yeah.
Because I did all my placements and started during COVID. But I think a lot of these issues existed before. COVID just exacerbated them and kind of put a magnifying lens on it, and also let the public be able to see what these issues were.
So is there like a greater delay now when someone calls an ambulance in Toronto?
Yeah, like in Toronto and just outside the GTA, there are times where they run out of trucks. They just don't have enough people. There's
Wow.
people there's calls that will hold for hours because there's higher priorities that come in and we just don't have people to staff it. I've waited with patients 12 plus hours at hospitals to even get into
It's
a
an
room.
emergency.
Yeah,
Oh,
in
yeah.
emergency.
But I'm saying, when it comes to, if someone calls an ambulance,
Yeah,
there's only a limited amount, they run out.
yeah,
And
on
do-
occasion.
And do you
On
also
occasion,
feel
yeah.
that it's because a lot of people are just really fucking stupid and they call the ambulance for a minor thing?
There's definitely some people that don't know how to use the system.
Yeah, I
And
totally
I think that's
believe
the
that.
nicest nicest way
Wait,
I can
well,
say
I
that.
don't say
But that
nicely,
comes from
but-
like a lack of education on
No,
our
but they
part
abuse,
sometimes
they
as
abuse
well.
the system as well.
But there are some people that do abuse the system, but it's because they don't have mental health resources or they don't have housing resources. It's not their fault. It's like the situation, and that healthcare is just kind of a band-aid solution for a lot of other issues.
You're a really nice person to say it the way that you do, but I truly believe there's arrogant people out there, and they're thinking, oh, well, if my daughter has a cough or this, I'm calling a fucking ambulance.
Well,
they feel
then
like
they're gonna wait for
entitled-
like 4
No,
hours.
I know, but they're also,
so-
also in like emergency rooms, a lot of people don't have to be in emergency. Go to
I
your fucking
agree,
walk-in
but
clinic.
walk-in clinics are not open. They charge there's ones that charge like $30-40 for a visit. Like not everyone has that. Not everyone has OHIP. Not everyone has a family doctor. There's a huge family doctor shortage right now. So people
Yeah.
don't have the option to fix those long-term issues, and then they become like
I think it's a
serious
broken
issues.
system at this point.
100%.
What are you
I
gonna
just
say?
wanted to say that I'm international, I'm on a student visa, and for me to go to a hospital
Yeah.
and like with a headache, they would charge me like $700, and I would wait like 9 hours to just get
Canada,
into
they
the
did
room.
that to you?
Yeah.
If you don't have OHIP and ambulance, it's like
Oh,
$500,
it's ridiculous.
$600.
So
ER
I
was like,
admissions,
I'm
like
out.
1,000.
It's
Yeah.
so
crazy.
Well,
Or like
go-
you have a stomach ache and you're like, I'm dying.
Just for a checkup alone, of course. And then if you have to get X-rays done, all that, yeah. Well, imagine.
Awful.
Why do you think the after the abortion law was kind of overturned in the U.S., the Canadian government didn't say much? Do you know why? Because the clinics in Canada are making a shitload of money. Because
I can
the people are
attest to
coming
that.
in from the U.S. and when they come here, they have to pay
Yeah.
for an abortion.
Honestly,
So abortion
our
clinics are like, all right, man.
our dispensary is the closest to the airport, and you will literally see it. You'll see a husband come, and it's like very subtle language, like, yeah, no, we're just staying for a couple days. Like, do you have something to help with my wife's cramps? Couple
You need an
days,
abortion.
cramps.
Yep.
You put 2 and 2 together, and it's like, it's the saddest thing. So is it. But honest to God, actually, the increase alone, I would say, significant.
For sure.
Significant.
So, Lola, when it comes to the department that you work in, what
Yeah, I'm
department
in
was that?
specialty area, so it's a
Which is-
little
which is
different.
what?
Neonatal.
Okay.
Yeah, with the babies and
So the premature babies.
withdrawing babies.
Babies.
And you've been working in that industry for how long?
A couple of decades.
So have you noticed
A change?
a spike in premature babies? Or babies born with more problems than 20 years ago?
That's interesting. No, actually, and things happen in cycles for us.
Yeah.
We get triplets all of a sudden. We'll have like 3 sets. We'll have Down syndrome all of a sudden. It almost comes.
But I
in
mean, do you have like
groups.
children that are, I'm talking like, you know, whether it was a drug addiction, the mom had a drug addiction, or
We do
alcohol,
seem
or is it
to
it's
have
just
more-
it's always been the same? type
We
of thing?
see more drug addicted babies.
Yeah.
I find the last 5-10 years, and staffing for us. And there's been a huge change in staff. A lot of younger staff we have now. In the last 5 years, a lot especially over COVID. A lot of nurses retired.
They got burnt out.
They got burnt out. Yeah.
And you know, we tend to like, you know, boast about how amazing Canada is because we have free Medicare, and it was great.
Yeah.
But the last like 5, 6, or last decade, it's just like went right down the toilet. It's gotten so bad that, you know, I hear or read about these horrible, like, you know, situations where people are dying like in emergency rooms when they're waiting to be seen.
Yep.
Yeah,
My boyfriend's grandmother actually just had brain surgery, and while she was recovering, they didn't even have room for. She was in the hallway recovering from brain surgery.
Brain surgery.
Yeah.
Hallway
It
was
was
just
insane.
normal. And they're so quick to push patients out too, even especially in the emergency room. They're like, cool, great, your problem solved, we're just gonna let you go. Like
And the
just fill
person like
observ-
stumbling on
And
the
then
way
like
out.
a lot of the time I get patients who are like, oh, we just got back from the hospital a few hours ago and the same thing happened again, or it's not helping, or it's gotten
my
worse.
God.
So it's just this huge pressure put on healthcare workers as well.
So is there any positive stuff that's going on? Like, do you guys?
But I do like the new nurses.
Yeah.
They're bringing fresh life into our unit. They question things because we sometimes do the same thing for about like 100 years, and they'll question it, and we might change it for the better.